Welcome everyone to the first ever virtual national relays. The format is 12 legs of 5 kilometres. We've got 3 hours of racing to get into 6 minutes, so let's get straight on with it. On the first leg for Southend AC is Adam Hickey. Phil Sessamon is leading off for Leeds City AC. We've also got Edgar Sumkis, the Latvian steeplechaser, for Newham. For Norwich we've got Nick Earl, now based in Australia. For Stroud we've got the promising young runner Tom Mortimer. So it's Hickey who leads after a really strong winter in which he debuted in the marathon. He would have been running London Marathon again, but instead here he is doing the virtual national relays. Phil Sessamon also had a great winter over the roads and indoor track, and he's handed off now to John Ashcroft. Elliot Buckner's taken over for Newham and Essex Beagles. Comes from a long line of very good middle distance runners in his family. And who else have we got taken over? We've got Lincoln Wellington. We've got Lucian Allison, sub 14 minute man, back from injury. Great to see him running well again. He's moving Lincoln Wellington up now into second position behind Leeds. So Leeds still lead, courtesy of John Ashcroft, with Lincoln Wellington sitting second. Shaftesbury now up to third. First time we've seen them up front. Tonbridge AC starting to get into the picture. Nick Hooker now takes over on the third leg for Leeds City. Dylan Evans, the new Australian runner for Shaftesbury Barnet, moves them up into second place. We've got Bristol and West moving up. Tonbridge AC have Miles Weatherseed on this leg, bringing them into contention. Southend AC slipping back slightly. Paddy Deaver takes over for Preston Harriers. He ran his leg over in Tulsa, where he's an NCAA student athlete who recently was an All-American in cross-country. Leeds continues to lead, being closed down now by Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers and Cambridge and Coleridge. Josh Dickinson takes over for Leeds. Tom Fulton takes over for Shaftesbury. Tom Keane takes over for Cambridge and Coleridge. Two good junior runners. And Josh Griffiths is in for Swansea. He's the marathon man, and he's moving Swansea up now all the way into second place. Aaron Scott, another marathon runner for Bedford, takes them up a position. Now Josh Griffiths is taking control of the race now, moving Swansea ahead of Leeds into first place, and he's continuing to extend his lead and Swansea's lead at the head of this race. On to leg 5 now. Dom Smith takes over for them, and Graham Rush takes the baton for Leeds AC. Will Mycroft, who designed this animation, takes over for Cambridge and Coleridge, and Graham Rush now moving Leeds back into the lead. Dom Brown takes the baton for Tonbridge. He's a Sheffield-based Tonbridge runner. Leeds now extending their lead through Graham Rush, who's had another really solid winter on the roads and the cross. He's a man for all surfaces. So he continues to lead as we move into leg 6 now. He's going to hand over to Gordon Benson, the international triathlete, who could be part of GB's Olympic team at the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo on the mixed relay, or even on the individual. Darren Deed, the Bedford stalwart, who's always in these relays and the cross-country teams for Bedford, always runs well. We've got Rory Muir, another new Shaftesbury Barnet Harrier, who recently moved down from Scotland. James Senior, who used to run very well in the juniors over 800 metres, takes over for City of Norwich, and he'll move them up. Highgate sitting just behind Norwich, always consistent. Matthew Grieve now takes over Leeds, and he's going to try and extend their lead over Cambridge and Coleridge. We have Tim Harrison on this leg. Chris Ollie, who ran his leg over in San Francisco, takes over for Tonbridge. He's going to move them up ahead of Swansea into third place, into the medal places for the first time. Phil Kraut takes over for Shaftesbury. Jack Miller takes over for Bristol and West. He's done a stint training in Kenya this winter and had a really good winter season on the cross. Matt Clowes takes over for Cardiff a little bit further back, and he'll move them right up into contention behind Shaftesbury now as Linton Taylor takes over for Leeds City. He's another who had a really strong cross-country season, as did Ben Cole and Jonathan Scanty-Phillips, who take over for Tonbridge and Cambridge. Matt Leach is on for Bedford and County. He's another who did his leg over in San Francisco, and he immediately moves Bedford ahead of Swansea. Kieran Clements is up for Shaftesbury. He'll see if he can close down on those top 4 teams. This is a very strong leg, this one, so there's not much movement amongst the top 4 teams because all of the runners on those legs are so strong. Leeds continuing to lead as they have done since the second leg. So they hand over now to Ben Douglas for the leaders as Tonbridge pass the baton to James Kingston. Cambridge have got Oliver Park on this leg. Bedford have got Ed Blytham. Liam Lloyd for Swansea. And we've got Liam D for Shaftesbury taking over from Kieran Clements. They were Iona teammates back in the day at college, and now they're Shaftesbury Barnet teammates in the relays. Joe Wilkinson takes over for Lincoln Wellington, another low 14-minute runner, and Callum Rawlinson, who's very funny on Twitter. Now, who have we got next for Leeds City as they continue to lead as they have done since the second leg? Ollie Lockley, the Manxman, he's going to be hard to shut down. Sean Malloy takes over for Tonbridge, better known as an 800-metre runner, but always runs good legs in the relays. Dan Jarvis is up for Bedford. He'll close up. He moves Bedford into third place. Kojo takes over for Shaftesbury Barnet, and James T takes over for Cardiff. He's a stalwart of these relays as well. So now, Bedford closing the gap on Tonbridge in second. Can Dan Jarvis take his team up into silver medal position? Yes, he can. Can they close down on Leeds? We'll see. Mo Abshir takes over on leg 11 for the leaders. Ben Davies is up for Bedford County. Corey Diath is in for Tonbridge. Kieran Wood is in for Cambridge and Coleridge. 3 good young runners there. And another good young runner, Jerry Dempsey, takes over for Shaftesbury Barnet Harriers. He was third at the National Cross Country earlier this winter. Tonbridge SC retake second place from Bedford. Can they close down on Leeds? Let's see. Ben Spratling takes over for the City of Norwich a little bit further back. Now the lead has narrowed. It's quite tight now between Leeds, Tonbridge and Bedford at the head of the race. Cambridge and College not far behind either. Shaftesbury Barnet doing their best to keep the medals in contention. Emile Keres is on the final leg for Leeds City. Can he hold on? Ben Alcock takes over Bedford County. And it's Mark Scott, the new European record holder for Cambridge and College. Can he close down on Emile Keres? He's bringing Cambridge ahead of Tonbridge into the silver medal position now. He's closing all the time on Emile Keres. Can Emile hold on for the win? We've got 1k left. We're 2 hours and 54 minutes into this 3-hour race. And Mark Scott's giving it his all to close the gap. But no, Emile Keres is going to hold on for the win. And Leeds take it from Cambridge, from Tonbridge, from Bedford, from Shaftesbury in 5th. Swansea and Cardiff will be 6th and 7th, the 2 strong Welsh teams. Salford at 8th. Bristol and West will be 9th and City of Norwich 10th. What a great race. Thanks so much to James McRae and Johnny Curry, Massey Dundani and Mark Hookway for organising. Thanks to Will Mycroft for this animation, and thanks to all for listening. Signing off. Now, well done to all the winners. I'm out.